day. In 5 days, 5 is equal to 700 because in 5 days they will produce 700 bicycles. In 12 days, they are going to produce, when more, less we divide, 12 divided by 5 times 700 all over 1. 5 times 5 instead of giving 1. 5 divided 7 is 1. The minute 2 is part of 0 to be 20. 5 divided 20 give you 4. Divide 0 will give you 0. Now have 140 times 12. 140 times 12 is giving you 1,608. 1,608 produced in 12 days. You can see that this is because 5 days they produce less. When they added more input, when they work for more days, it want to carry less kilograms. It will carry more bags. So this is an example of an inverse proportion. When less is the input, more is the output. In direct proportion, when less is the input, less will be the output. But in inverse, now that less is the input, you're going to see that more is going to be the output. Now we have 75 bags, 70 kilograms is equal to 90 bags. 75 kilograms, 90 bags. Now 27 kilograms is going to give you, if it were in direct proportion, we could have said when less, more we divide. But now that it's inverse proportion, when less, less we divide. So we are going to have 75, which is more, divided by 27 times 90 all over 1. This is inverse proportion. When less, less we divide. But if it were in direct proportion, when less, more we divide, you could have had this 27 on top and 75 down to multiply to 90 all over 1. We're going to use our calculator now. It's going to give us 75 times 90. 75 times 90 divided by 27 is giving us 250 bags. You can see when the mass was 75 kilograms, the lorry could carry 90 bags. Now that the mass is 27 kilograms, less kilograms, the vehicle is carrying more bags, 250 bags. This is an example of inverse proportion. You know that 1 is a universal number. 1 is applicable to everything. In fact, whatever other numbers cannot do, 1 can do it. If you say that some numbers cannot be divisible by some other numbers, 1 must divide that number. So that is why the topic reciprocals of numbers is a very important one. For instance, if they say, what is the reciprocal of 2? It means use 2 to divide 1. What is the reciprocal of 13? It means use 13 and divide 1. What is the reciprocal of you watching me? It means use you and divide 1. Now we are asked to find the reciprocals of this series of numbers: 2, 20, 0.3, 0.8, 2.2 divided by 3, and 1 1/4. This time using our calculators. It's just very simple. The first one is 1 all over 2. That is the reciprocal of 2. It's going to give us a number. The next one is 20. The reciprocal of 20 is 1 all over 20. To give us a value. The next is 0.3. Its reciprocal is using it to divide 1. The next is 0.8. Its reciprocal is 1 all over 0.8. It will give a value. The next is 2 all over 3. 2 all over 3 reciprocal is 1 all over 2 all over 3. To give us a value. The last but not the least is 1 whole number 1 over 4. So its reciprocal is the same thing, 1 all over 1 all over 4. It's going to give us a value. So let's pick our calculator and begin to calculate. 1 over 2, even without calculator, you know is 0.5. So that means 0.5 is the reciprocal of 2. 1 over 20, 1 divided by 20 is 0.05. 1 divided by 0.3. 1.33. It's giving us 1.33 reoccurring. The next one is 1 divided by 0.8. It's giving us 1.25. Now, this is a different case now. What this means is 1 divided by 2 all over 3. I hope you know. You are going to write 1 in fraction form. 1 in fraction form is 1 divided by 1. Change this sign of division to the sign of multiplication and invert the fraction that follows. Instead of having 2 all over 3, you have 3 all over 2. That means what you have now is 3 all over 2. Not 1 divided by 2 all over 3 again. Because if you multiply 1 with 3, you're going to have 3 all over. If you multiply 1 with 2, you're going to have 2. So the reciprocal now is 3 divided by 2, which is 1.5. 1.5. That is the reciprocal of this. The next is like the former one. What this means is 1 all over 1, writing 1 in fraction form, divided by 1 whole number, 1 all over 4. You are going to change this mixed fraction into improper fraction. And when you do so, you are going to have 1 all over 1, this one, divided by 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 will give you 5. So you have 5 all over 4. You are going to change this sign of division to multiplication and invert the fraction. So you are going to have 1 all over 1 times 4 all over 5. At the end of the day, it will give you 4 all over 5. 4 all over 5 we got from multiplying 1 and 4 to get 4. Multiplying 1 and 5 to get 5. If you now find the reciprocal, you are going to have 4 divided by 5. 0.8. So it's giving us 0.8. After the first thing we did in using our calculator to find the reciprocal of numbers, this time we want to go into reciprocal of numbers using the 4-figure table. This is your 4-figure table. Now in reciprocal of numbers using tables, we are going to look into it in 3 dimensions. Number 1 is the principles guiding finding the reciprocals of numbers less than 1. Number 2 is the principles guiding the reciprocals of numbers between 1 and 10. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then the third is reciprocal of numbers above 10. I have strategized it into these three forms because there are different ways or different approaches to each and every one of them. As I said, number one, reciprocal of numbers less than 1. Number 2, reciprocal of numbers between 1 and 10. Number 3, reciprocal of numbers above 10. Above 10. So in these three aspects, I am going to teach you the approaches, the principles guiding them, because you don't do them the same way. The first out of the three that was listed, reciprocal of numbers less than 1. We are going to use these three examples to teach you how to find reciprocal of numbers less than 1. In doing that, get your 4-figure table. As I told you, the reciprocal of numbers in this book can be found in page 6 through page 7. So bring out the first number, that is question number A, says 0.3. Find its reciprocal. When you are given something like this, what you are going to do first is change this number to a standard form, or rewrite it to be in standard form. That was why I first treated standard form before this topic. I believe you now know how to write numbers in standard form. So if this number should be written in standard form, it will become 3 times 10 raised to power. You are moving the decimal from the left hand side to the right. So it's going to be minus 1. And you are moving it only once. That was now what now gave you 3. Because if the decimal should leave here and come behind 3, 3 changes from 0.3 to 3. They are going to now write times 10 raised to the power of minus the number of times you moved the decimal. That was why you have minus 1. Had it been that you moved this thing towards from the right to the left, this will be plus 1, not minus 1. So now you have written the number in standard form. The next thing you are going to do is this. You are going to find from your 4-figure table 3. And you know that 3, first of all, this number 3 is 1 digit. Now that is 1 digit, you are going to subtract 1 from it. And if you subtract 1 from 1 digit, you have 0. That means that whatever value you are going to get from your 4-figure table is going to be point the number. It's going to be point the number. Now, 3 in our reciprocal table. I am going to bring this table close to the camera so that you will understand what exactly I want us to do. We are going to find 30 under 0. 30 under 0, because you cannot see 3 only. So you are going to add 0 to this 3 and then find 30 under 0. Whatever figure it gives you, let me find it. 30 under 0 is giving us 3, 3, 3, 3. 3, 3, 3, 3. Now that you have gotten this figure, remember I told you the figure you get should have a decimal before it. And if you want it to balance, you can put 0 before the decimal. So what we found in the 4-figure table is 3, 3, 3, 3. I want to show you. This is the 4-figure table, reciprocal of numbers, and it's page 6. Okay, you can see the columns where you have numbers. You can see the columns where you have numbers. Started from 10, 11, 12, and it goes down. You can see where you have 30. And this 30 under 0, this is 0. So if you trace down 0 and where you have 30, you find out that what you have there is 3, 3, 3, 3. And that is the number you can see on the screen that I wrote there. The only other thing I did again was that 3, 3, 3, 3 you find from your 4-figure table should have a decimal point before it. That is exactly what I mean. So now you have found this. This is the number from your 4-figure table. Now multiply it to 10 exponent minus 1. If you multiply this to 10 exponent minus 1, you are going to have, because of minus 1, you will move this decimal point towards the left once. So this figure becomes 0.03333. And this is the reciprocal of 0.1. If you like, you can use a calculator to confirm. Just use a calculator and trace 1 divided by 0.3. 1 divided by 0.3 is giving us the same value. The first concept is reciprocal of numbers less than 1. And we're going to use examples 1, 2, 3 to teach you how to find the reciprocal of numbers less than 1. First of all, I want us to use the calculator. The reciprocal of 0.3 from the calculator means 1 divided by 0.3. 1 divided by 0.3 is giving us 3.333. So reciprocal of 0.3 is 3.3333 reoccurring. So let's stop at 4 decimal places. This is from our calculator now. Now, using our 4-figure table, the first thing you do here is change this number 0.3 to standard form. That was why I first treated standard form before this topic. Now I know you understand how to write numbers in standard form. So if you have to write 0.3 in standard form, 0.3 will now become 3 times 10 raised to power minus 1. Move the decimal place. Standard forms or numbers in standard form have integers, whole numbers that are between the values of 1 and 10, as in between 1 and 9. That is the highest integer you have. So if you are to make 0.3 an integer, that means you are going to move the decimal point towards your right once, and to come at the back of 3. That was why we now got 3. You will not stop there. You now multiply it by 10 raised to the power minus 1 because you move the decimal point from the left to the right. Had it meant you wanted to move from the right to the left, the minus could have been a plus. So this could have been times 10 raised to the power 1. Now that you have written 0.3 in standard form to be 3 times 10 raised to the power minus 1. Now find the reciprocal. So the reciprocal of this number now is, that means 1 all over 0.3, which is the reciprocal of 0.3. It is the same thing as 1 all over. The first concept is reciprocal of numbers less than 1. And we're going to use examples 1, 2, 3 to teach you how to find the reciprocal of numbers less than 1. First of all, I want us to use the calculator. The reciprocal of 0.3 from the calculator means 1 divided by 0.3. 1 divided by 0.3 is giving us 3.333. So reciprocal of 0.3 is 3.3333 reoccurring. So let's stop at 4 decimal places. This is from our calculator now. Now, using our 4-figure table. The first thing you do here is change this number 0.3 to standard form. That was why I first treated standard form before this topic. Now I know you understand how to write numbers in standard form. So if you are to write 0.3 in standard form, 0.3 will now become 3 times 10 raised to the power minus 1. Move the decimal place. Standard forms or numbers in standard form have integers, whole numbers that are between the values of 1 and 10, as in between 1 and 9. That is the highest integer you have. So if you are to make 0.3 an integer, that means you are going to move the decimal point towards your right once, and to come at the back of 3. That was why we now got 3. You will not stop there. You now multiply it by 10 raised to the power minus 1 because you moved the decimal point from the left to the right. Had it meant you wanted to move from the right to the left, the minus could have been a 94 times 10 exponents minus 3. We're going to abandon this for now and go by this. What this means is 1 all over 2.894 times 1 all over 10 exponent minus 3. Now we are going to use our 4-figure table to find this reciprocal. So go to your 4-figure table, the same page 6. Find 28 under 9. We are going to pay attention to this particular question because it has the difference column. 28 under 9 is giving us, don't worry, I will come close to the camera. 28 under 9. It's giving me 3460. 3460. Then difference 4. There is a difference column. I will show you when I come close. 28 under 9, 3460. Then difference 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Difference 4 is 5. This 5 that you got from the difference, you subtract it from this value. I'm coming there. Raise 1 from here, put it here to be 10. 10 minus 5 will give you 5. This will remain 5. Bring down 4 and 3. So this is the value you have now. Remember, as long as it is from the reciprocal table, it means 0.3455. So I'm coming to the camera now. This is your 4-figure table. And this is page 6. From the whiteboard, we found 28 under 9. Look at your 4-figure table and look at 28. You can see 28 there. Between 27 and 29, you can see 28. Then under 9, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can see the 9th column. Okay, wherever it tallies with 28, you can see the tracing. You can see 3460. That was why you saw the 3460 that I wrote there. Then the next is, you can see that you have 28 under 9 and I see 4 as a remaining digit. That 4, you find it from the difference column. Come back to this 4-figure table. This is 28 under 9. That gave us 3460. Then difference 4. Look at the difference column. You can see the difference column at the extreme right. So this is 4. So I'm going to trace this 4 down. This is the 3460 we had. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see the value there, 5. So that was why you saw me. I wrote 5 under 3460, and I subtracted to get 3455. Any number you get from the difference of your reciprocal table, you subtract it from the main number you already had. Okay? Now we have this. So what we're going to do now is we are going to multiply this value now to 1 all over 10 exponents minus 3. One over 10 of. What this means is, I want to simplify this, is 1 all over 1 times 10 exponent 3 all over 1. You know how I got this. I don't want to break it down because we don't have enough space. Which is giving us 10 exponents 3 to be multiplied to 0.3455 we already had. 10 exponent 3 means 10 times 10 times 10, and it will give you 1000. Because 10 times 10 is 100. 100 times 10 is 1000. So you are going to have, if you are multiplying it then to 0.3455, just move the decimal point towards the right across 1, 2, 3 digits. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3. At the end of the day, you have 345.5. That is when you have multiplied it to 10 exponent 3, which is 1000. And this is now the answer you have gotten. You could remember when we use our calculator to find the reciprocal of 0.002894. We got, sorry, this is 3, not 1. It was an error. I wanted to write 3, I wrote 1. Pardon. We got 345.5425. And we have used our 4-figure table now, and we still got 3.5, sorry, 345.5. The difference from the answer we got from the 4-figure table, which is giving you 4 digits, is because the 4-figure table has 4 digits. That was why they stopped at 345.5. But in your calculator gives digits up to 10, depending on the strength of the calculator. That was why you had 345.5425 as the answer from your calculator. But the two values have the same value. If you are to give it to 1 decimal place, you discover that 345.5425 that you got from the calculator will be 345.5, which is exactly the value you got from your 4-figure table, 345.5. We are into a different concept now. The second concept. You know, I told you we'll be looking into reciprocal of numbers less than 1, reciprocals of numbers between 1 and 10, and reciprocals of numbers more than 10. We have finished the discussion on reciprocal of numbers less than 1. Now we are into reciprocal of numbers between 1 and 10. And we are told to find the reciprocal of the following numbers 1, 3, and 9. We are going to use these 3 to explain how to go about the reciprocal of numbers between 1 and 10. Now, first of all, the reciprocal of 1. I want to tell you that 1 is a universally respected figure. You don't treat 1 like other numbers. The reciprocal of 1 is 1. No need of going to consult your 4-figure tables or even your calculators. The reciprocal of 1 is 1. The next number we take now is 3. Let's find the reciprocal of 3. If you use a calculator, the reciprocal of 3 means 1 divided by 3. And it's giving us 0.3. That means 1 over 3 is equal to 0.333 recurring. So let's stop at the 4th decimal place. That is the figure the calculator has given us. Now let's use our 4-figure table. Now in this case, unlike if the number is less than 1, there is no need of writing the number in standard form. That is the way it is unique in its way. When we are treating the reciprocal of numbers that are less than 1, first of all, we change the numbers, or we rewrote the numbers in standard form. But in this case, no need of writing them in standard form. Already they are in standard form. So what I'm going to do is bring out the number. The number is 3. So 1 all over 3 is going to be, go to your 4-figure table, page 6. Look for 30. 30 is giving us 3, 3, 3, 3. 3, 3, 3, 3. 33, 33. 33, 33. Because the number is from the reciprocals of numbers here in your 4-figure table, it must carry a decimal point before the other numbers you have from here. That is now giving us 0.3333. I will come close to the camera now and show you where I located 30 under 0. A 4-figure table at page 6. you can see on top they wrote reciprocal of numbers. Table 3, reciprocal of numbers. You can see the column that has 10, 11, 12, 13, and it goes down 20. It goes down 26, now 30. Read the value 30 under 0. 30 under 0 was what gave us 3333. Remember, this is 30 and it is under the column of 0. So where 30 and 0 met, pick the value that is there. 33, 33. That's exactly the value you saw us putting down on the whiteboard. And the only difference on the one we have on the whiteboard is we now placed our decimal before the number we got from the 4-figure table, which is 3333. The next number we are going to do, which will be the last we are doing, to explain how to find the reciprocal of numbers between 1 and 10 is 9. First of all, we are going to get the reciprocal of 9 from our calculator, and that means 1 divided by 9. If you divide 1 by 9 on your calculator, it's giving us 0.1111. 111 reoccurring. So we are picking 4 decimal places. Now with your tables, you have 9. Each reciprocal means 1 all over 9. So go to your 4-figure table, the same page, page 6. Read 90 under 0. Okay, you are going to see 90 under 0 on page 7. And 90 under 0 is giving me 1, 1, 1, 1. And as I have told you, any number from the reciprocal tables, from the 4-figure table, has an automatic decimal point before the first digit. So I'm going to put the decimal point. That gives you 0.1111. This is page 6. And this is page 7. It was on page 7 that I saw 90. Look at this column. The column under X. It ran down from 55, 56, 60, 70, 80, and 90. You can see 90 under 0. This column is 0. If you go up, you see that it is under 0. You can see it under 0. So when you come down at where the 0 tallies with 90, you can see it here. Gave you 1111. That is 1111. That's exactly the figure you saw on the whiteboard. The only difference now is that because it is a figure collected from the reciprocal of numbers in the 4-figure table, it carries an automatic decimal point before the digits. That's why you now saw on the whiteboard that we wrote 0.1111, which is the same thing as 0.1111, and that is the reciprocal of 9. Now we are into the last part of reciprocals of numbers, and the last part is reciprocal of numbers from 10 and above. We are asked to find the reciprocal of the following numbers: 10, 26, 113, and 1251. With these 4 questions, you will be able to know how to find the reciprocal of numbers that are between 10 and above 10. Let's take 10. The reciprocal of 10 means 1 divided by 10. And 1 divided by 10 is 0.1. You can use the calculator to confirm it. 1 divided by 10 is 0.1. Now we are going to use our 4-figure table to confirm. 10 means 1 over 10 if you are looking for its reciprocal. As you have 10, you are going to write 10 in standard form, just the way you did on numbers that were less than 1. It is only numbers that are between 1 and 10, that means 1 to 9, that you don't have the need to first writing them in standard form. But for numbers that are below 1 and numbers that are above 9, that is from 10 up, there is need for you to first of all write them in standard form. So the first thing we do is to write 10 in standard form. 10 in standard form means 1.0 times 10 raised to power 1. Now you have changed 10 to 1.0 because you moved the decimal point, which is like a full stop after 10, towards the left. Remember, in those other cases, we are moving from left to right, moving the decimal from left to right, and our exponents kept being minus. But in this case, you are moving the decimal from the right to the left. That is why our index, our exponent, is now a positive 1, because we moved the decimal across 1 digit towards the left. That is why we have this. So 10 is the same thing as 1.0 times 10 exponent 1. Now that you have this, then the reciprocal of this means that is 1 over 10. It's the same thing as 1 all over 1.0 times 10 exponent 1. This thing means we are leaving this for now, the left hand side of the equation. We are taking this because this is equal to this. 1 all over 1.0 times 10 exponent 1 means 1 all over 1.0 then times 1 all over 10 exponent 1. What this means is 1 all over 1. And you know that 1 all over 1 means 1. You don't need to go to the calculator, you don't need to go to the 4-figure table. 1 divided by 1 is 1. 10 times 1 all over 10 exponent. 1 over 10 exponent 1 means 1 all over 10. Any number exponent 1 means the number. So in the grand finale we have 1, which is 1 all over 1 times 1 all over 10. So we now use our 4-figure table now to find 10 under 0. On page 6, 10 under 0 is giving us 1,000. So we have 1 times 1, 0, 0, 0. And remember that any number from the 4-figure table, as long as it is from the reciprocal page, has a decimal before the first digit. And we come close to show you where I saw 10 under 0 to be 1000. But let's conclude this. This means 1 times, this means 0.1000. And 0.1000 means 1 times 0.1. And 1 times 0.1 will give you 0.1. Which is exactly the value we got when we use calculator to find the reciprocal of 10. Let me show you where I saw 10 under 0. This is the 4-figure table, and this is page 6. If you come down here or up there, you're going to see 10 under 0. That gave us 1,000. You can see it there. 10 under 0 is 1000. And that's exactly where we got the number you saw on the whiteboard, that is 1000. We now added point before the fourth digit because it is a number from the reciprocal page of the four-figure table. Before we now boil down to having 0.1 as the reciprocal of 10, corresponding to the value we had when we use calculator to find the same 1 divided by 10. Next number we have here is finding the reciprocal of 26. Bring down the number 26. Its reciprocal means 1 all over 26. And if you use calculator to divide 1 by 26, you have 0.0384. 0.038. Okay, let me say 5. I have rounded it to 4 decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's use our four-figure table. Bring out the number. The number is 26. Its reciprocal means 1 all over 26. First of all, write 26 in standard form. 26 is going to be 2.6 times 10 raised to power 1. Because we have moved what's supposed to be the full stop towards the left across 1 digit. And it became 2.6 times 10 raised to power 1. Now, this means 1 all over 2.6 times 10 exponent 1. And it's going to give you the same thing. We are abandoning 1 all over 26 here. This means 1 over 2.6 then times 1 over 10 exponent 1. That's the meaning of this. Now go to your four-figure table. Find 26 under 0. That could be found in the same page 6. 26 under 0 is giving me 3846. 3846. So I have 3846. Then times my 1 all over 10. 10 exponent 1 means 10. So instead of writing 1 all over 10 exponent 1, I have written 1 all over 10. Remember that this value is from the reciprocal page of your four-figure table. So it has a decimal point before the first digit. I am coming close to show you where I got 26 under 0. That is when I finish what I'm doing. What this means is point or 0 point, that is the same thing to what you have up there. 0.3846 is same thing as 0.3846 divided by 10. That is the meaning of multiplying out this. And now that you are dividing by 10, simply you can use a calculator or you can do it the way I am explaining now. Because of 0 that you have in front of 1 here, move this decimal towards the left once across 0. So we're going to have 0 point, instead of 3846, you have 03846. You have moved this decimal point across 0 to now get this. And this gives you the final answer to the reciprocal of 26 from your four-figure table. The value we had here from our calculator was rounded to 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal places. If we round this one also to 4 decimal places, we get the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth number is 6. It's up to 5. Call it 1 and add it to 4. So we are going to have 0.0384 0.5 in 4 decimal places, and that is exactly the number we have in this place. I'm coming to show you how we got 3846 from 26 under 0. From page 6, we are looking for 26 under 0. Look at 26 there. 26, you can see 26 under the column of 0. This is the column of 0 where you have 26. The value there is 3846. That's exactly what you have on the whiteboard. 3846. We added the point there because we derived it from the reciprocal page of the 4-figure table that has automatic decimal before the first digit. The next number we are going into is the reciprocal of 113. Reciprocal of 113 means 1 divided by 113. And with the calculator, let's find what it will give us. 1 divided by 113. 0.8496. 8496. I have rounded it to 4 decimal places. So let's see if we are going to get the same thing using our table. We have 113 to find its reciprocal, which will mean 1 all over 113. Now, change 113 or write it in standard form. If you do so, you're going to have 1.13 times 10 raised to power 2 because you moved the decimal across 2 digits. That is why you are raising 10 to the power of 2. Now, the reciprocal of 113 means the reciprocal of, that means 1 all over 1.13 times 10 exponent 2. It is also the same thing as 1 all over 1.13 times 1 all over 10 exponent 2. Now you are going to go to your 4-figure table. Find 11 under 3. 11 under 3 is giving me 8850. So I have 8850. Now times 1 all over 10 exponent 2. This value now, because it is from the 4-figure table, the reciprocal page of the 4-figure table, there is a decimal before the first digit. If it is so, what this means now is 0.8850, which is the same thing as this, divided by 100. Remember, 10 exponent 2 means 100, 10 times 10. If you are dividing this by 100, you can use a calculator, or because of 2 zeros after 1, move the decimal place towards the left across 2 digits, across the first 0, across the next 0, and you put it here. So the grand finale now becomes 0.00885. There was a mistake when I used the calculator to divide 1 by 113. I did not know that the calculator was on a different function, not on a normal function. If you divide, use a calculator now, divide 1 by 113. One divided by 113 is giving us 0.00885. 0.008885. It was 49, but I have rounded it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decimal places. It now gave me the 4, now changed to 5. What I have here is 8849. Because the 9 was up to 5, call it 1 and add it to 4 to give me this 5. And if you look close now, you discover that 0.00885 is the same thing as what we got here with our 4-figure table. I am coming close. The same page 6. You can go up. You're going to see 11. You can see 11 under 10. Then 11 under 0, under 1, under 2, and under 3. You can see it's 8850. So that was where we got the information. That was exactly what we have on the whiteboard. That we now put a decimal point before the 8, the first digit. That gave it 0.8850 before we went on our multiplication and I got the grand answer being 0.00885. The last question we have to close the chapter of reciprocal of numbers from 10 and above is 1251, finding its reciprocal. Write down the number 1251. Its reciprocal means using that number to divide 1. And if you consult the calculator, let's see what the calculator will give us. 1 divided by 1251. The value is giving us 0.000799. That is the value we have gotten from the calculator. Now let's use our 4-figure table to see if we are going to get the same thing. 1251 reciprocal means dividing it by 1. What you do here now is write 1251 in standard form, and it's going to be 1.251 times 10 raised to power 123. And its reciprocal will be 1 divided by 1.251 times 10 raised to power 3. It is also going to be the same thing as 1 all over 1.251 times 1 all over 10 exponent 3. Now, get your 4-figure table. Look for 12 under 5 difference 1. 12 under 5 is giving us 8,000. 12 under 5 is 8,000. So write 8,000. Remember, you have a decimal point here. Then difference 1. 12 under 5 difference 1 is giving us 6. So we're going to subtract 6 from this. Go to 1 from here, shift it, and get to this place. This is 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. This will remain 9. This will remain 9. And this will remain 7. Put your point. Now you are going to have 0.7994 times 1 all over 10 exponent 3. What this means is 0.7994 divided by 1000. Because 10 exponent 3 means 10 times 10 times 10. 10 times 10 is 100. 100 times 10 is 1000. That was why we now use 1000 to replace 10 exponent 3. And if you are to divide 0.7994 by 1000, you either go by a calculator or just shift this decimal point towards the left 3 times because of the 3 zeros of 1000. If you do so, you're now going to have 0 points across this and 2 other zeros. You have 0, 0, 0, then 7, 9, 9, 4. If you watch closely now, discover that when we use calculator, we got 0.000799 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decimal places. If we also want to round this to 6 decimal places, it's going to give us the same thing, 0.000799, because this is not up to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decimal places. You see that our answer in both cases were the same thing. So I want to come close to the camera now and show you how we found 12 under 5 difference 1. This is the 4-figure table on page 6. We have 12 under 6. You can see the column of 12, 12, under 5, under 0, under 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see it, 12 under 5. You can read the value, 8,000. That was exactly the place we got the 8,000 you can see on the whiteboard. Then difference 1, you can see 1 after 12 under 5. 1 is still remaining. So 12 under 5, which give us 8,000. Trace the difference of 1. You can see the difference of 1 there. Yes. The difference of 1 is 6. That was why you saw us subtracting 6 from 0.8000. That gave us the value we now used and went on in our multiplication, and now got the grand final answer being 0.000799, corresponding to the value we had when we used calculator to calculate the reciprocal of 1251 or 1251.